What's up, y'all? Preston from Fight Media 360 here. So this is a quick preview and prediction for Gilberto Ramirez versus Sullivan Barrera. So, before we get into this, this fight is on the Zone, obviously, promoted by Oscar De La Hoya, and yeah, and I believe this is Zurdo's first fight in on the Zone, I believe. I think it is, yeah, his first fight on the Zone. And the first fight is gonna be obviously, Sullivan Barrera. I mean, it's not like it's a bad opponent, but you know. But now we got that out the way. So now let's talk about their stats, and then the odds, and then what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So let's start off with Gilberto Ramirez. So Gilberto Ramirez comes into the fight with a record of 41 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 27 wins coming by way of knockout. He stands at a height of 6'2.5", and has a 75-inch reach. And also, before I do Sullivan Barrera, you guys have to agree with me. Gilberto Ramirez is one of the most underrated fighters in boxing right now. He is so damn underrated. This dude is 41-0, and he doesn't get respect. It's more because he was with what's his name? Barrera. He was with Top Rank most of his career. So he Barrera didn't promote Zurdo right. So that's probably why he's a very underrated fighter, but he's a very dangerous fighter. So yeah. So alright, so now Sullivan Barrera. So Sullivan Barrera comes into the fight with a record of 22 wins, 3 losses, 0 draws, 14 wins coming by way of knockout. He stands at a height of 6'2" with a 73-inch reach. Alright. Gilberto Ramirez is listed as a negative 800 favorite over Sullivan Barrera. So yeah. So now we got that out the way, so now let's talk about what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. But again, before I do that, I'm just saying though, Zurdo is so goddamn underrated. It's disgusting. This dude's 41-0, and he still doesn't get respect. People talk about all the Caleb Plants, the Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez, and Jaime Onguia, Demetrius Andre, Charlo. They talk about all those guys, but what about Zurdo Ramirez? They can talk about freaking Dennis Hogan, but they won't mention Gilberto Ramirez. Gilberto is so goddamn underrated, dude. He is so damn underrated. It's disgusting. But anyways, what I would like to see from Zurdo is really to put on the pressure against Barrera, because Barrera isn't good against fighters who throw a lot of punches and fighters that are pressure fighters. And Gilberto is a very good pressure fighter, very good at cutting off the ring, and he hits hella hard too. So he definitely needs to use that against a guy like Barrera, a guy that he has a decent chin, but he can still get knocked the hell out, and he did get knocked the hell out by Dimitri Bivol. So he needs to step on the gas, pressure Barrera. Don't let Barrera, try to outbox you and try to, tire you out or anything. Press forwards against Barrera, drive him to the ropes, cut the ring off against Barrera, because Zurdo is a very, very, very good fighter at cutting off the ring. One of the most underrated fighters at cutting off the ring. So he needs to cut off the ring against Barrera, and he needs to, just unleash with punches, hard shots, and, go body to head, because I guarantee you, he definitely can freaking destroy Barrera. I think anybody can. I'm not saying Barrera sucks, Barrera is a good, he is a pretty decent boxer, but he still struggles against people who press on the gas and that are like pressure fighters or fighters that throw a lot of punches. And again, Gilberto is a fighter that throws a lot of punches. He's a fighter who can press on the gas very well, and that is a freaking expert at cutting off the ring. Because he did it against Jesse Hart. He did it against that Habib Ahmed dude. I know that Habib Ahmed isn't really anybody, but he's still a very very good fighter at cutting off the ring. And the thing is that he cut off the ring really really well against a guy like Jesse Hart, who is actually a pretty good boxer. Not the best chin, even though he never been knocked out. But he does get wobbled a lot. But especially against a guy like Jesse Hart, who has definitely like good boxing skills, and he like cut off the ring very well against a guy like Jesse Hart, and against a guy like especially against a guy like Barrera, that's definitely the key for him is to cut off the ring, because again like Barrera, like like he gets hurt a lot, and he isn't good at, again, he ain't good at fighting people that are pressure fighters, or like like that, like fighters that can throw a lot of punches, or like any skilled fighter, to be honest. Um, so he definitely needs to take advantage of Barrera, and also make sure you don't get caught by Barrera. I know that Zurdo has an amazing chin, but Barrera does carry a lot of power. He does have 14 knockouts out of like 22 wins, I believe. I said, yeah, he has 14 knockouts out of 22 wins. So he does carry power. So Zurdo definitely needs to take advantage of Barrera Barrera, and just unleash him with hard shots, and he just needs to just beat the crap out of Barrera. You know, just drive him to the ropes and just beat him up on the ropes. And really just let your hands go. Just don't worry about like counter punching or anything, because Ramirez is really that fighter who just throws a lot of punches. He's not like Miguel Burchell, who he punches and just hopes it just lands. Thing is that Zurdo is very very accurate with his punches, extremely accurate. And I might sound biased, but he's a very just very good pressure fighter with a lot of power, and that can definitely play a big factor against Barrera. And that's what he needs to do, just be the better pressure fighter, and just be the better fighter, and throw the harder shots, and drive Barrera to the ropes, and try to look for the knockout. So that's what Zurdo needs to do to win. So now for Sullivan Barrera. So what I would like to see from Barrera is definitely to like make this fight a boxing fight. Move your feet around, because Barrera does have decent boxing skills. I would like him to work to kind of like you know work on his footwork. I know I say that a lot about fighting, but kind of like work on your footwork against Zurdo, and move back whenever Zurdo's trying to get to you. Do not fight close to Zurdo. Because that's how people lose, because they fight close up to Zurdo. But even against people like Boxer, like Hart, it just the talent that Zurdo got at cutting off the ring, and just throwing like hella shots, and freaking very damn hard shots. Um, it's very hard, but Barrera needs to be better than those guys, and make this a boxing fight. Definitely use your jab against Zurdo, and because also Zurdo's footwork I do question. Very slow footwork. Um, so he definitely needs to expose his footwork, and just you know be the better boxer, because Barrera does have decent footwork, so he needs to use his like footwork against Zerto and try to outbox Zerto, and pretty much just try to, again, just make it a boxing fight and really get the judges' attention, because I guarantee you that, the refs and like the ref and the judges are gonna be on Zerto's side, especially the commentary. They're all gonna be on Zerto's side. Um, you know, so he definitely needs to make this a complete one-sided fight. Box his fight, make and then make Zerto cautious too. Whenever Zerto's trying to come in or something, or trying to throw with you, hit him, like, just hit him with your big shots, and really get Zerto's attention and make him, like, very, like, worrisome you know of your power, and make him, like, worrisome of throwing punches, and then just again make it your fight and make it a boxing fight, and that's what Barrera needs to do to win. So my final prediction for this fight, this is a decent fight, This is, it is a decent fight, but I think the right choice would be Gilberto Zerto Ramirez by either a KO in the later rounds, or Barrera quitting on his stool in the later rounds. The reason why is because, again, Barrera, like, like he doesn't do good. Again, he doesn't do good against fighters who throw punches, and fighters that are very, like, that are, like, very talented. And also, he does get hit a lot, quite a lot too, especially against, Dimitri Bivol, um Andre Ward, and freaking what's his name, oh man, Jesse Hart. Like, he does get hit a lot, even though, he does have like a decent chin. uh I still think that he's gonna take a lot of punishment in this fight, you know, due to, like, Gilberto's pressure fighting and his, power. And I think that it would just be way too much for Barrera. And I think that he would either knock him out, or, again, make Barrera quit on his stool. So yeah, so that's why I favor Gilberto in this fight. So that's my final prediction. I got Gilberto Ramirez by a knockout in the later rounds, or Barrera quitting on his stool in the later rounds. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Preston from Fight Media 360, and thank y'all for watching this video.